Good morning, guys. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Paul Barger, and I'm the bread trucker. I got an interesting show for you today. I am going to sit down with Seven Gray from Seven Wanders the World. You know him from YouTube, and this is my truck right here. That's Seven's truck. I can't reach, but the white one next to it. And he opened his free tea house this week, a few days ago, and I'm very proud to be a part of it. I got to park next to Seven all week, and we've had a great time here at the RTR. Hey guys, this is Seven Gray. I've been watching Seven for, I don't know, since April at least, because I started digging into his channel to find resources about step vans. He's got an incredible step van. It's a... Would you tell them about it? Just, you know, basic stats?
It was actually built in 1995, late 1995, but it's actually a 1996, and it's a Freightliner with a Grumman Olson box on top of it. And I purchased it back in April of last year, 2017, and I bought it out of Washington State.
I watched his whole journey on YouTube. He had a different truck that was a box truck, like a moving style truck. He wasn't happy with it, and he actually liquidated that truck and got what he really wanted, which was a step van, and I think it was an awesome choice. So yeah, he's super happy with it, I know. But he just opened this week on the 17th his free tea house. So I got to be here for his grand opening also, and it was an awesome experience. So.
Yeah, I like the idea and concept of wandering just in general, not having a specific plan and wandering around. And this relates to the tea house he was just talking, because I call it the Wandering Book Exchange and Tea House. And so this would be for travel books, wandering, again, travel. And I have a little library set up for people that want to bring in books and exchange books, or they see a book for a country they're interested in going to, and then I want to serve tea while they're actually looking through the books and talking about travel. So it's a combination of those two elements.
Cheers you to a wonderful cup of tea. Thank you, sir. Cheers. I have a viewer. I got to give her a shout out. Hi, Stephanie. She has been watching every single episode, not skipping any of the ads, and making cups of tea when the ads come up. So she's like, oh, tea time.
Great idea.
Yeah.
I like that.
And she's in the UK, and she's like a super fan. She is awesome, so I might as well say hello.
I like that.
Right? So she will love this scene. I've had a little tea references here and there, and she, you know. But, me and Seven were discussing things the other day, and he mentioned this fascinating idea, and it's exactly kind of the way I feel like we're in this situation in this country, is the golden handcuff syndrome. Is that what it's called?
Yeah, something like that.
If you wouldn't mind, maybe kind of tell us about it a little, you know.
I have a theory, I call it sort of the golden handcuff theory in society, and basically that is, and I don't know if this is true, but I picture somebody sitting in some giant mansion out on an island, uber rich, like 0.001% of society, multi-trillionaire. And again, this is maybe a conspiracy theory kind of thing, but this person is trying to figure out ways to get modern slavery without having it labeled as modern slavery. And so to me, modern slavery is somebody who is willing and wants to work 60, 70, 80 hours a week. They're just crazy about the idea, but they have the life of luxury. So that would be golden handcuffs. Somebody who's motivated to work 60, 70 hours a week and lives in a giant McMansion, and maybe they have one car for the husband, one for the wife, one for each of the teenage children. So they have a 5-car garage, they have a boat, they maybe have a cabin in the mountains, or maybe even scaled down from that, somebody that just has 1 car and a house. But you have a 30-year mortgage. That means each month you've got to produce X amount of dollars to pay for your mortgage. You are required to be tied into the grid for power and water and everything else. Again, one more bill. You're encouraged to use credit cards so that you accrue debt, so that you have to pay off your credit cards. You are encouraged to go to school and get a loan, and so you have these giant loans to repay for your schooling. So it's a whole list of debts, car debts, leases, cell phone, the pay by the month for a $600 or $700 phone. So you're making these monthly payments. So you have all of these bills that are adding up. If you think about how many bills you have right now living in your apartment or your house and driving your car versus say 200 or 300 years ago, or those of us in the van life that are trying to remove ourselves from as many bills as possible. So those are the golden handcuffs. And I call them golden because for a modern slave, you're living the life of luxury. You have a giant plasma screen TV, you have a Wii game or a Nintendo, you have computers, you have internet, you have phones, you have more clothes than you can fit in one closet. You have to have walk-in closets now, whereas 100 years ago we had maybe 1 shirt or 2 shirts per person, and hand-me-downs, 1 pair of shoes. How many shoes do you have in your closet now? So we have abundance, we have luxury, we have just a very comfortable lifestyle, but yet we're working super hard and we're motivated to work by all this debt that we have. Whereas if you get into people that are into van life, tiny houses, things like that, they're trying to minimize their debt load and their obligations on a month-to-month basis so that you don't have to work nearly as hard. You can enjoy life, you can pursue your passions, canoeing, photography, art, travel, reading, maybe it's playing basketball, whatever your passion is. And so I'm a big believer of pursuing your passions and then removing yourself from your monthly bills. Very long explanation for a very simple question.
But we were speaking about this the other day, and I totally agree. And I've talked about this on my channel a little bit as well. And these are our philosophies. These aren't like, this is how we feel about the way things are going. But I feel exactly the same way. It's like every payment that you get locked down to is another chain that they're slapping on your wrist or your ankle. And all those things, I believe that the credit has a very profound effect on us mentally as well. It's not that you get to enjoy all these things that you're paying for on a monthly basis. You haven't earned any of them, so you truly don't appreciate them either. I don't know if you realize that or not, but most people resent all those things that they're locked down to and having to pay on a monthly basis. That bill comes and it is painful to pay. I've been in that situation, overcome with debt, and luckily I made some smart choices and I freed myself from all my debt except for some stupid student loans, but that's okay. I can pay on those forever. And I forget the way you said it. It was like we have the happiest,
most comfortable slaves ever in society. You can live in the lap of luxury in your McMansion with a jacuzzi hot tub, laying out there having your martini or your wine or whatever, and go boating on the weekend, and your flat screen TV and your giant island cook station in your kitchen, and separate bedrooms for each child, and air conditioning and heating, all of these comforts that we have, but you're motivated to work massive hours each week.
Yeah. And I couldn't remember what word it was comfortable. And it's like, if you numb yourself and, you know, you can become very comfortable. Even I knew it wasn't happy. That wasn't the word that you were
I also
getting
think,
to use, you know.
I also think that the way the media sets things up is to encourage people to work hard during the day and then provide a wide assortment of entertainment activities in the evenings and weekends to keep people passive to where they don't ever think about complaining about working. They come home exhausted, and then they just want to sit and watch TV, watch video games, even YouTube videos, and just chill out because they work so hard during the day. And because they're mesmerized by the television or the Hollywood movie or the computer game, World of Warcraft, whatever it is that holds your attention, you're not going to complain about your lifestyle. You're also comfortable in your house. So it's a really interesting situation. I do think, though, that we're so much better today with, quote unquote, the modern slave versus 1,000 years ago, where you were living in absolute dismal situations. I mean, even the slaves here in America just 200 years ago, the conditions they had on plantations and such were, you know, so dismal. Where we are now is so much better than where we were.
Oh, yeah.
But still, it's just taken a modern form, and it's sort of in a disguise, I think.
And it's almost in a volunteer way. You know, you're volunteering to become that way. And it's funny because it's generational. This hasn't been going on for just our generation or our parents. It's been going on for many generations. So it seems normal. It seems like that's the way you're supposed to live. But I totally disagree, and I want to break that nasty cycle that we've developed. From here on out, I'm only going to purchase items that I have cash to exchange for those items. There will be no more credit for me, because I just feel it has a horrible effect on you mentally. Having something hanging out there is a weight on your mind, and it's a shackle on your wrist, you know? So, yeah, that's the way I choose to live from now on. But I just wanted to sit down and talk with Seven. I've been watching all of his videos, and I really admire his desire to live the way he does. You know, one of the philosophies that I've heard Seven talk about and Giuseppe is living off the waste and the fat of the society. And there's so much of it. You could live free forever, really. You know, you get good at it, you practice it, and you know, you don't even need much currency at all. And so I think it's a very admirable way to live, and you know, kind of mindset to have. So thank you so much for sitting down with me. It's been awesome hanging out with you, so I appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right. So, guys, you got to check out Seven's channel. It's Seven Wanders the World. There's tons of information there about his step van, everything he's built in here, like this beautiful fence paneling. I'm probably going to copy his style and do it in my truck as well. But it's cedar, so it's like a good material, but it's a wealth of knowledge, and if you're interested in step vans, you will love it. I promise you that. So, bye guys. I will see you on the next video. Hit the subscribe button, comment, like, all that stuff, and I will see you next time. Thank you.
Thank you.